Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see here, we're at the end of the 2021 season, and we have won the Stanley Cup. This is a one-and-done successful Jersey Quest franchise move with the Vegas Golden Knights and Marc-André Fleury. In terms of which jersey it is, I ended up deciding with the 2021 non-prime green gold alternate just because it should be easier and cheaper to acquire because their first retro ones go for absolutely insane amounts of money on the secondary market, and I don't got that kind of money, so we're going with the more economical option that still looks cool. The Vegas gold jersey is very flashy and fun. I like it, so it'll be a fun one. But put the flower on. But let's get into recapping the season here in terms of how we got to this epic conclusion of the Stanley Cup. So let's kind of kick it off with the regular season. As you can kind of see with this screen here, finished with a 42, 30, and 10 record, which was good for 94 points and second in the Pacific Division. In terms of leading scorers, you see here is Max Pacioretty with 71 points. He had 39 goals, 32 assists, but he was also tied for first in scoring with William Karlsson, who had 22 goals and 49 assists, 15 points total. In terms of the Flyers' regular season stats, as you can see here, he had 31 wins with a .920 save percentage and a 2.38 goals against average and 8 shutouts to go along with it, which is pretty good considering he missed a decent chunk, I think, of the end of January into February, middle of February with an injury, and Oscar Dance had to step in for a couple of games. But yeah, Fleury had an excellent regular season despite me controlling him for a handful of games and being absolutely terrible at goalie. As I continue to be playing that position baffles me in NHL, but that's neither here nor there. But yes, the regular season pretty epic. In terms of President's Trophy and all, the President's Trophy went to the Toronto Maple Leafs, who finished with 118 points. I show that here. Right, Maple Leafs won the President's Trophy with 118 points in the regular season. In terms of goals for and goals against per game, we were 3.12 goals for per game, which is 9th in the league, and then 2.66 goals against, which is 2nd. So that was pretty good. So in terms of the playoffs, let's go to the little tree here, walk our way through it. So as you see, we matched up against Calgary Flames in round 1, who finished with 91 points in the regular season for 3rd in the Pacific Division. And we won that series in 4 games. Calgary won game 1, 3-0, and then we just ran through them with scores of 3-0, 4-2, 3-0, and 3-2 again to win the series in 5. We then got matched up against the Ducks, who were the first wild card in the West with 91 points. That series also finished in 5 games, kind of similar situation. Ducks won the first game of the series 3-0, and we stormed out with 5-4, 5-4, 5-3, and 4-3 wins to win that series in 5. We then got matched up in Season 2 against the Chicago Blackhawks, who were first in the Central Division with 96 points in the conference finals. That went all the way down to the wire. We won game 1, 5-0. They won game 2, 7-3. We then took a 3-1 series lead with 3-2 and 8-5 wins in games 3 and 4. Chicago forced the game 7 with 4-3 and 3-0 wins in games 5 and 6. But we pulled it out with a 5-3 win in game 7 to take the series, thankfully, against my least favorite team in the league, and advanced to the Stanley Cup Final. So we basically got to the 2023 Stanley Cup Final 2 years early here against the Florida Panthers, which is we won in 6. We stormed out to a 3-0 series lead with 5-2, 5-2, and 6-2 wins. Florida then bounced back with 2 wins, 3-0 and 2-1, before we absolutely destroyed them in Game 6. Not too dissimilar in terms of how the series went in 2023, where Vegas absolutely smashed them in the series clinching game, 6-1, and we won the Stanley Cup, 4-2. Absolutely epic. Pretty hyped by that. So in terms of playoff scoring and whatnot, you probably see more here on the home screen. Max Pacioretty, leading scorer once again, with 13 goals, 14 assists, for 27 points, which meant he won the Conn Smythe Trophy. In terms of the Flyers' stats in the playoffs, let's pull that up. See here, he played every game. So he has all 16 wins, and .906 save percentage and a 2.54 goals against average and 3 shutouts, which is pretty decent playoff numbers, I'd say, especially since it was good enough to get us over the line and win the cup. So pretty satisfied with that. In terms of kind of the other regular season awards here, let's kind of go through those quickly. So Art Ross and a bunch of the other awards, as you'll see in a second, went to Connor McDavid, somewhat unsurprisingly, who finished top scorer in the league with 108 points. Zayam also won the Hart. Norris then went to Cale Makar. Lady being to Jonathan Huberdeau at the Panthers, who finished with 98 points in the regular season. Calder went to Alexis Lafreniere of the disgusting New York Rangers. As I said, Max Pacioretty swooping up the Conn Smythe for us. Vezina Trophy and the Jennings went to Freddie Anderson of Toronto, kind of unsurprisingly considering they were so dominant in the regular season. Masterton went to Hjalmarsson of Arizona. Jack Adams went to the Buffalo Sabres coach, so they kind of ended their playoff drought here by finishing in the second wild card spot with 94 points in the regular season. Selke went to Kopitar. Lindsay and the Rock Richard went to Connor McDavid. So that kind of in mind here. I'm just going to pull up the flower here. So with that, there isn't really much else. We hit kind of all the points. The regular season kind of recap how the things went in the playoffs and kind of how Marc-André Fleury did in the season. We didn't really have any trades or anything like that because I didn't really think to make any because I was kind of hoping we'd do well enough to win the cup this first season, and we did. So pretty hyped by that. But yeah, next series, not quite sure what it's going to be just yet again. But again, you'll see, I guess, when it comes out. But yeah, I think that's kind of it for this episode and this series. So thank you to everyone who watched this series, and hope you check out whatever's next as well. Thank you.
And there's the final horn! No harder trophy to win in sports than the Stanley Cup, and they're doing it. Every time I see the players celebrate, I can't help but feel a little jealousy for the fact that they got to run through the final stage. They deserve the trophy, and I never got to lift it. I look at them and I go, man, you guys have accomplished everything. What a series, and both sides paying respect here, Ray. Well, they'll shake hands, but I know the winning side, this is like a speed bump to getting their hands on the Stanley Cup, which they can't possibly imagine what it'll be like. Any arguments with your Conn Smythe winner? In my mind, none. The best player throughout the playoff tournament, I think he should be honored as the Conn Smythe Trophy winner. When you get called out by the commissioner, this is the one time it's okay for the league office to call you out, isn't it? It is. What a fantastic celebration every year when you see the first player to get to the trophy just throw it up over his head. How happy they are, how elated they are that it's all over. Oh, I love this. This is just awesome to watch play out here as they pass the trophy around. This actually started as an accident, that the trophy was held up for the first time by Ted Lindsay. And then now it's a regular thing. Just think, if that accident hadn't happened, we wouldn't have this great celebration that we see now. The team picture, this was something that 99 started, did he not?
Yeah, I believe it was his last year in Edmonton where they won, called everybody together. What an unreal photo to have.